Welcome back to Willoughby. We are in our temporary home until we finish building our cabin. And while we're here, I'll take you around basically one of our normal days. We start off with breakfast. Today we're making sourdough pancakes. Sourdough has been fermenting for probably close to 12 to 14 hours. This is about a cup of the discard mixed with an egg, some melted butter, salt, maple sugar, and milk. And they turn out so good. They're nice and sour. And we have them with butter and maple syrup. This is one of the recipes that we acquired from the family reunion that we go to every year. And there's a big sourdough pancake breakfast on the last day when everybody's camping and having fun and just being together. And this just it has a lot of sentimental value, but it's also just such a good recipe. It's so yummy, and Wyatt and Claire really like them. Farm fresh eggs. Wyatt likes to pop his yolk, so he likes the runny yolk, which I'm all about as well. Little Miss really can't have starch or wheat right now. She doesn't have all of her molars, but if I give her a bite of those pancakes, oh man, she wants more. Gonna go like this.
Here's just like my mommy. Like this. Just like.
Here's a batch of sourdough bread. So I fed my sourdough starter the day before, I think in the morning, and then let that bubble and get real active during the day. And then in the evening, I mixed up the dough and let it sit overnight for just over 12 hours. And then by this time in the morning, it has definitely doubled in size. And so I cut I cut the batch in half and made 2 sourdough sandwich bread loaves.
This is bread.
Bread, yeah. And then those need to ferment for a bit and rise for the second time. And I just put a wet cloth over the top of them so it doesn't get a crust over the top of it, so that it's not too crunchy. Getting the rest of the scraps, breakfast scraps for the chickens. We like to feed them our kitchen scraps during the day, so they're eating, not just their regular chicken feed, but organic kitchen scraps. And I think they really enjoy it. They usually, when I throw it out there, they go for the people food before they go for their chicken food. After roughly 4 hours of that bread fermenting and rising the second time, I put it in, and I think it's 475 for 35 minutes, and I know all ovens are different, so this is just what mine's set at. And those came out really well. Nice soft sandwich bread that I could slice into really nice slices. I've been trying to perfect my bread making because I'm just not, I've got a lot to learn on bread, but this recipe is really easy. Trying to find a recipe where I can use my ancient whole grains and still produce a loaf that has, nice sandwich slices so that I can use them for sandwiches for Kraig for his lunches, for me and the kids, or toast and all that. Usually, at least when I'm baking with my ancient grains, it just comes out sort of, I don't know, just extra thick. And I have a lot to learn on bread, but it might be that my proving is off, or that I'm not letting that ferment long enough. I'm not quite sure. I'm still working on it, figuring out, but I was really happy with these loaves. Now I'm working on making some pizza for dinner. I just whipped up a batch of pizza dough and let that ferment as well. That had a little bit of sourdough starter discard in there. This is some ranch homemade mayonnaise, which I'm probably never gonna buy store-bought mayonnaise again. It's just so easy to make. Oil, lemon juice, mustard, salt, an egg. Actually, I put 2 eggs in there. And then I usually put, when we're using avocado oil, to me has like a plastic taste. Olive oil even more. And so I add a good bit of garlic powder or fresh garlic into my mayonnaise to kind of mask that flavor, and seems to do the trick. And then here's some pizza sauce I'm mixing up, and I did put a little bit of maple sugar in there. I'm sure my father-in-law Anthony will just love that, but I didn't make it too sweet. It just needs a little bit to cut that tomato sauce acidity. Turned out really, really good. I'll make this recipe again. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of what we make during the day, and obviously there's a lot more, but this is what I had time to film. So if you guys enjoyed that, please stick around, and we'll see you in the next video.